Hello, my name is Fancam. I'm from Namibia and I'm 14 years old. When my dad told me that I was chosen to be a ball boy for the African Cup of Nations, this is quite a huge accomplishment for me and my country because I'm the first one to be chosen to be a ball boy in the African Cup of Nations from Namibia. In preparation to be a ball boy for the African Cup of Nations, I've been watching other ball boys from Africa and different competitions to see what they're doing so I can maybe just get an understanding of what to do. What excites me most about this trip is that I get to visit a new country and I get to explore a different culture and I get to see my role models play like Koulibaly, Salah and Mahrez. When Namibia qualified for the African Cup of Nations, it was their third time qualifying and my uncle was the first captain of the Brave Warriors. My dad will be traveling with me to the African Cup of Nations finals. He has been a big supporter to my football dreams and career. The message I have for the national team is that good luck in the African Cup of Nations and I hope we can do well.
Favourite for this. They've got a chance here. And a great goal and a great finish. And Namibia leads them to
See you in Cote d'Ivoire.
It's Monday, the 17th of January, the 15th of January in the year 2024. Welcome to Ubuntu Lifestyle, and today is just a special edition of Ubuntu Lifestyle. Remember, we have the Africa Cup of Nations going on right now in the Ivory Coast, and that is where all eyes on the African continent are. And today on Lifestyle, we actually want to just get in everybody and look outside the football pitch. I'm not alone. I'm with Ruben. Ruben, good evening, and thank you so much for being with us this Monday night.
Thanks, Lawrence, for having me on this show. A good addition, yes, and so far so good with the games that I've watched at the Africa Cup of Nations. And I hear you saying the 17th. I don't know if you can't wait to see the Chipolopolo in action.
Just can't wait, Ruben. I can't wait. Fast forward to 17th, I think.
Yeah, just after tomorrow, and actually a few hours will be tomorrow. We'll just be saying tomorrow Zambia is being the action at 20 hours.
All right, thank you so much, and you the viewers can also get involved in our program this evening by dropping us a comment on whatever social media platform you're watching us from, and we'll be very excited and happy to hear from you. This is what Ubuntu is all about. It's live every time it's live, and we are live at this point in time. Ruben, we just saw a ball boy from Namibia who has had his life changed because of the ongoing Africa Cup of Nations. He's been picked, the first ever ball boy to be picked from Namibia, and he's currently in the Ivory Coast specifically to be picking balls. So the AFCON is not all about the players, but other people are also traveling for various kinds of issues, Ruben.
Indeed, Lawrence, and I'm sure that boy will never forget this opportunity that he has been given. Most of the times we hear the boys come from the same nation that is hosting, but this time around it sounds so different. We have boys coming all the way from Namibia, and I'm sure the boy will have other opportunities apart from just picking balls. Lawrence, when you go out, you want to also see what Ivory Coast has to offer, interacting with the players. The likes of Sadio Mane, the likes of Mohamed Salah, the likes of Fashion Sakala, just rubbing shoulders while taking them or working with them onto the pitch. And also, you say that a lot of people go for different things at AFCON. Yes, remember in 2012, we heard that the mother to Didier Drogba was the one who was cooking for the Ivory Coast team. So we also have people that just go there to prepare meals for these people that are playing football. We also have people that just go there to get interviews, journalists like you, Lawrence, just to get information of what is happening. Was it on Friday? I saw a meeting for the media team for CAF and other media personalities or personnel that came in for the AFCON, just having meetings and also doing a lot of things. That's the reason why we're able to see everything that is happening in Ivory Coast, because of the people that are busy getting the pictures and also the videos.
Yeah, and indeed, Ruben, when you talk of the various kinds of activities happening because of the Africa Cup of Nations right now, we can bring it down actually to us, like in Zambia, who are actually just watching from the TVs. A lot of bar owners are actually impressed that the business has gone up in the period, because a lot of people are going to watch football there. You can talk of pay TV companies excited with the subscriptions. Everybody subscribed at this point in time because they don't want to miss the Africa Cup of Nations. The TV stations that are holding rights to broadcast this, they are cashing in on advertising. Everybody is celebrating because of the Africa Cup of Nations.
Yeah, everyone is celebrating, Lawrence, including us here on Ubuntu. We're here for this program because of the Africa Cup of Nations that is taking place. And people that are watching us and want to advertise, they can come through at Ubuntu during the show, any show, whether lifestyle or during the Ubuntu Sports, bring in your adverts. We'll be able to show them and showcase them to the viewers here. Lawrence, you just mentioned of the people that have TV rights, indeed, and it was a struggle, and we saw a bit of some war on Facebook. Remember when the other stations also came up and say we also have got the rights, even if it's at the last minute, but we have them. It was kind of a war and entertaining at the end of the day, and it gives us a lot of options to choose from where you want to watch the TV from, and it should be affordable for everyone now.
Exactly, and I think we can see almost everybody. In the past, to watch the Africa Cup of Nations, you have to subscribe for those high-end bouquets to have access to them. But this time around, actually, the lowest are giving us.
You also need connections, Lawrence. You need someone who has those expensive TVs and the decoders just to go and have a glimpse. I'm sure you also did one or two of this kind.
Exactly, it's an African thing anyway. We can't really talk much, but let's just go again and see what we have next in the next clip, and then we are meeting on the other side where we get into the Fancam of the 2023 AFCON. See you on the other side.
Will the mistake cost them? It will. 3-1. They were trying to play out the final seconds. Whilst we were looking at a very happy Ivory Coast fan, the ball was given away. And there is no cherry on the cake. In fact, some of the icing was scraped off as they tried to find it. Daka. Eventually putting the ball into the net.
But that's a disappointing ball. A second shot, and it is a goal. Very well taken. Beautifully controlled and drilled into the bottom left-hand corner by Enoch Mwebu. I said it was the last chance of the half. Will Zambia have 6'3" as a free kick? What a goal! What a stunning free kick! A beautiful curling effort past Ali Ahmed's stretch. They couldn't have asked for a better shot at goal if they had tried. Sakala national team. It's Zambia 1, Lesotho 1, and it's high quality. They switched in from the right to the left. Oh, what an excellent ball, a super header, and finally they've managed to really put it together from a set piece. It's Zambia 2, Lesotho 1, and it was absolutely drilled into the top corner. One back. Evidence of just how Zambia are getting stronger and stronger. Banda! What a goal! His industry created it, his skill finished it. It's 3-1, the whole contest has transformed. Lamek Banda. Just a matter of moments ago, he got his first goal for the national team. He now has a brace.
Movement spotted from Sakana. He's loaded with a cross. Did not broken by the Copper Bullets superstar. As the master roll his own double figures for the national. Sakana. Once more movement in the 18-yard area. Brilliant. And Vincent Daka doubles up. The Leicester City man got a double. He says, Banda, you can't do better than me. You got a double in the first game. But what about the supply? Opportunity! Oh, it's a goal! It's a goal! Zambia have scored! Oh, my word! The goalkeeper couldn't hold it. Sharp volley! Unbelievable! The strike! Well, it came from distance, a snapshot, these fans are jumping with joy, and the whole nation is celebrating such an important goal, all happened so quickly. As we're at the other end, nicely done, not a bad ball, the touch, well the touch would have been quite good, still under pressure, no, shot it up, it's in the back of the net, they've got their second goal, Vincent Daka, doing the business. Unreal. It just shows that perseverance pays off. That was extraordinary. They do have a gem in Vincent Daka. He is outrageously good, and he gets his 12th goal for Chipolopolo in his 35th match playing for Zambia. But it looked like it was, man.
Ruben, we are looking at the road to Africa Cup of Nations 2023 by the Chipolopolo, and just how amazing they were on the road to Africa Cup of Nations, topping a group that had the host of the tournament, Ruben. That is where we are, and we are there now. What are we expecting from the Chipolopolo? I can't just wait for this. Let me put it that.
Yeah, it was a road that started with a bad result, and it looked as if we won't qualify again for was it the fourth time, or if you have to put it in years, Lawrence, almost hitting 10 years absence at the Africa Cup of Nations. Remember, we started the qualifications playing with Ivory Coast, where we lost with 3-1 that game. We came hosted was it Comoros at Hero Stadium. In the first half, they scored 1-0. Mwepu equalized for us before the end of the first half, and then Queens Kangwa finished it in the second half. Remember, this was the last game that Mwepu played for the Zambia national team. Unfortunately, and we hope and we wished in any way that maybe he just went with the team just to go and watch the games, even if he wasn't playing. But from the time he retired, Lawrence is just gone in the. You can't access Mwepo anywhere now. He's just gone quiet. He's just living a private life. But kudos to the national team. They went on to beat the likes of Lesotho home and away, and also drew with Comoros, beat the host here at home in Ndola at Levi Manasa Stadium by 3 goals to 0. That was a remarkable one. That was the game that confirmed our qualification to this Africa Cup of Nations. But now we got to page 2. We have the Africa Cup of Nations, and like you said, what are the expectations? Big expectations, yes, for these boys. But so far so good with the game that I've seen, Lawrence. It gives more hope that any team can win this tournament. In the past, would say this is going back to the West African side, but with the games that we've played so far and what we've watched, interesting. The team that we thought were just underdogs just went there to participate. So far, they are doing so well, and the team that Coach Avram Grant has assembled is a team that looks good on paper. The only concern that most of us have is the goalkeeping department, where we will not have a permanent person, and also the leaking defense, where we allow so much goals. Even if we win games, you find the opponent have also scored. We hope that the team will believe and go all the way. I've seen Christopher Katongo today going in to join the team as an ambassador called by CAF. We hope he's going to inspire the team and remind them what they did in 2012 and made them successful. We have a squad that we've got only 2 players that have featured at the Africa Cup of Nations, in Sunzu and also the current captain, Luambo Musonda. Luambo Musonda went into the last edition of the AFCON in 2015, but didn't play any match. So the only person that we have in the team with experience in terms of Africa Cup of Nations experience is just Stofila Sunzu.
Talking of Stofila Sunzu, actually, this being a lifestyle program, how has he managed to stay relevant all these years, Ruben? Everybody else has phased out of the national team, but he has managed to remain relevant. This is now we are looking at about 12 years on.
Yeah, 12 years on. I try to talk to people that are close to Stofila Sunzu, that have played with Stofila Sunzu. At some point, I met James Chamanga, one of the trainings at Red Arrows. He was telling me he's just one of the people that are disciplined, and also is someone that is always dedicated in terms of playing football. I think that is one thing that has made him that has kept him in this team for a long time. It's because of the discipline and also his dedication, his passion for the game.
Interesting stuff. Remember, you, the viewers out there, are free to drop in a comment so that we can also know what you think. And we are here live on Ubuntu channel, the channel that is always live. We believe in live, we live live, and that's what we do. We are live right now, and every comment that you're dropping, actually, we are able to see it live. So we appreciate your comments that are coming in through our various social media platforms. Now, let me ask my producer to just take us to the next video, and then we try and pick it up from there. See you on the other side, Ruben.
It's something that you just dream of when you're a kid, and to finally make it, it's something that I cannot even begin to explain or describe. It's a humbling feeling. No, it was good. It was good. So much quality in the squad. Even the players who didn't make it, it was nerve-wracking when they were putting up the board just to hear the names, because you could not pick out who was going to go and who wasn't going to go. So it was a good experience. It was a good camp. Like me myself, I haven't been part of the squad here and there, so it would be good to get to know each other, get to know each other's strengths and weaknesses, so that we can just become one force and one team that we can gel and be something that. So I think for me, I'm ready. I'm ready for any and every opportunity. We have, like I said, on a good squad, and when it comes to playing, we just leave everything in the coach's hands, because he's the one who's going to analyze who can play better at what time. And for me, I'm ready. I'm ready for anything. Yeah. It's not about names like it used to be in the past. It's about who has got a bigger heart and more passion, more desire to win. And I feel if and when we put in more desire, I don't think the names really matter. I think we also have big players in the squad. The most important thing is our desire, our passion, and working together as a team.
Yeah, Ruben, that is our striker Musonda talking about passion and desire. Are you seeing the
Yeah.
passion? Are you feeling the desire in him?
Yes, Lawrence. From the some of the videos that I've watched from the team, I've seen them. There's that togetherness, and also the team has got showing the passion, the enthusiasm to play at this Africa Cup of Nations. Remember, this team has got those 2017 under 20 players that won it for us here when we hosted it here in Zambia. The likes of Patson Daka, Fashion Sakala, Emmanuel Banda, part of this team, and these have waited for so long for them to go to the senior national team or Africa Cup of Nations, and having this opportunity, you could see even from the qualifications the way they played with passion. That same passion and dedication, Lawrence, if it is applied in this tournament, this team will go very far.
Okay, and one of the statement that is making there is the big nations, the big teams, we go in without fear. There's no need to fear the big teams anymore because obviously we've seen them flopping. Ghana lost. You can talk of Nigeria drawing. You can talk. Is there a big team anymore?
Because of history, Lawrence, in football, you still have the big teams. Even if they're not performing well, they will still be called big teams. The good example is the 2012 Lawrence. The time we're facing Senegal, and you are the players that are warming up, the likes of Demba Ba, Papi Cisse. Everyone would say, by history, this is a big team. Yes, on paper they are there, Lawrence. But in terms of action, in terms of football, things have changed. That's why we were able to see Egypt struggling to beat. Drew yesterday, struggling to beat the small teams that people are describing, and also we saw the teams like Ghana failing to beat the likes of Cape Verde. When you look at the preparation for Cape Verde, Lawrence, so it's not a number that you can even compare to Zambia. But they've got the quality and they performed on the pitch. That's what we're talking about. A big team, yes, on paper, but on the pitch of football, it's something else.
Okay, thank you so much for that. Actually, when you compare the populations, it becomes quite. It looks even worse and terrible. The likes of Nigeria, who have a population of over 213 million people in the country, and they're playing against a team with just around 2 million people, and then you wonder how many times can I divide this country into the other ones, but they're still struggling to beat other team. All these things, they come to play in football anyway. But you wonder, Ruben, why? How are some nations managing to keep their
they do, Lawrence. Lawrence, that that we can't do unless we do the studies. But actually, in 2021, Lawrence, there were less than 600,000 in Cape Verde. So you can imagine, but they're producing the players that are able to compete at the Africa Cup of Nations. This is not the first time that they've surprised people. Remember also when they came in 2015, they also came in as a surprise package, went in and they were just pitted out in the quarterfinals, and they've pushed in a strong statement here so far. The next team that they will face, they will have to be careful because these boys are not a pushover.
Now, let's look at the dynamics here, Ruben. The dynamics here, especially as we are moving away from Zambia, and we look at other nations as well. The dynamics in the team, Ruben. We have quite an awesome blend in, especially when it comes to the age group. but there are quite some peculiar scenarios. Players like Fancam Sonda, who actually just came in to represent Zambia not so long ago, and now looks like he's a peripheral figure in. It looks like he's a permanent figure in the Zambian defense there. How much of a boost have players like him brought? And obviously, we are looking out for Aime Mabikazo, hoping that he will make it into the team sooner or later. Players like this, what exactly do they bring to the fore?
Lawrence, sorry, your internet was breaking. I couldn't hear the question correctly. Just confirm. Are you talking about Frank Msonda?
Okay, yes, I'm talking about Frank Kimsonda. Uh, we know he just came into the team not so long ago, and he has become a very big figure in the Zambian defense. How what exactly do players like him bring to the fore? Bearing in mind, we also have players like Aime Marika who are also aiming to get a chance after neutralizing their nationality to be Zambian.
Yeah. This is not the first time that we're seeing such, Lawrence, where you call people that have got some DNA of your nation. It's quite common, especially in European clubs. Actually, for them, not clubs but nations. For them, they don't even care whether you have any DNA with their nation or not. For them, what they look for is the talent, and what people like Frank Msonda and Ami Mavik are bringing to the country is the talent that we didn't have. Remember, I said earlier on that Zambia has been struggling in terms of defense. We've been leaking goals from the time Ami Mavika, from the time Frank Msonda uh, has been partnering with Stofila Nsunzu. We've seen some stability, and in that position that he's playing, we've tried a lot of people just to help out. We brought in Dandi Mwape, we're still looking goals, the likes of uh, Chongo. Tried in, we're still having issues. But he's brought in the quality that we lacked. And also we saw the coach trying by all means to bring in Ami Mavika. Ami Mavika as well, a good player. Unfortunately, he was supposed to be part of this squad, but due to the injury, was dropped off. That's the reason why a lot of people, and there was that speculation that he's not been included on the CAF players list. The reason is simple: it's because of the injury that he had prior to the tournament. But it's very important, Lawrence, if we can still go on and scout and check in for any players that are available, and also they carry our DNA to if they can represent Zambia. Uh, Very common in Europe. Look at the players for France, Lawrence. Three quarters, if not all of them, they are blacks. Someone was even brought in uh, a joke and saying, "How come this national team bringing the lineup for France and saying, how come this national team is not playing has not qualified for the AFCON 2024?" So that's a common thing, and we've seen also England doing the same. Tammy Abraham has got some DNA of Nigeria, supposed to be representing Nigeria. They poached him, uh, so it's not. Uh, it's not something that is new, but it happens.
But Ruben, just on that one, the the most common transition is players switching from an African nation to European nation, and the biggest reason is obviously the paycheck is bigger that side. Now, when you see a player switching from a European nation to an African nation, worse off Zambia, very
Yeah.
not so much known country. People begin to ask questions. I think I heard some talks where no, uja Asbat Sanga kwani sekutia for any other country they can't pick him. That's why he chose here. Is that the case?
I don't think so for Frank Simpson. When you look the way he plays, he's also a captain of his club in Scotland. Uh, he's young also. Lawrence is not very young though. He's 26, bringing in some good experience in terms of age. The times has played. Somehow, yes, someone can say maybe it's because he's not been called to England or any other big nations. Maybe it's different when you have options, Lawrence. We have put the likes of Chadim Sonda as good examples. They were offered two nations. Here there is Zambia and here there is Belgium, and he went for Belgium. Unfortunately, his career has been brought down by injuries that keep on occurring, and he went for Belgium. He left Zambia. Frank Msonda, I don't think there was any European club that called him up. Not even the under 21 who have not, we don't have that history. Lawrence Why said no, he played for England or for America or for France under 21 or under 23s. We don't have that history. The only time we heard about Frank Msonda was that someone spotted him playing for the national team. His father was one of the senior government officials, and it was easy to convince him, say, hey, you don't have any national team that you are playing for. Just come over to Zambia. And Faz was also convinced, looking at when they saw the talent, and they agreed and said, yes, you can come in.
Ruben, let's take a breather and look at the next video, and then we get to meet on the other side as we progress. And this is where we're getting into the AFCON Fancam, and we are hearing from you, the fans all over Africa, and that's what we are doing here to Ubuntu channel. Let's meet on the
Now squad on Thursday. Your thoughts and what would you change?
Actually, it's Santa's indirect. Just go to accommodate the nation, but you know, but it's Santa's indirect.
Usho ukuthi Sandawana laba aba-edile ku-YouTube bekenzela nje ukuthi kungakhulunywa kakhulu.
Camouflage abenze lapho. Because Munare ugcinene ne-ground Munare. Baningi abantu abakangababiza Munare. Even etimini yakhe akadlali. Etimini yakhe hayi etimini yakhe akadlali. Uyayibona.
Ukuyobubrisa into kumele ayenze, kumele akhulume neSAFA, iSAFA inikeze iMamelodi Sundowns bagcoka igere eSouth Africa kube isquad iSundowns. Hayi man, kudlala bobani mara le.
Kuyodlala laba ngithi uHugo Bruce aba-announce ama-Sundowns players akhona lapha phile ku-dominate bona.
Hayi man, inkomo leza ne Bruce kumele akhulume iqiniso. Angasabi ukukhuluma iqiniso. Akathatha iSundowns yonke ayigcokisile national team. Sundowns is a national team.
Yini ongayitshintsha Sandawana nge-squad saka-Hugo Bruce?
I'm coming back to you. I'm answering the question again. Hugo Bruce athathe isquad lesa asibusele emuva, athathe national team iSundowns ayinikeza igere. Athathe national team yala eSouth Africa iSundowns.
And then la kunama-player angawafakanga.
Bana nabo bani? Ubani?
That's my question.
Bofuna fa uRamatla mphahlele la.
Hi, so far c'est sharp. As long as Renale 4 or 5 players say Sundowns, I'm happy.
And then,
because they're gonna give everything that we need.
And then the players that did not make it, and you feel like they should have been there.
I don't know about this boy Olengo Super Sport, Barike Campbell. I don't know if he's included. Most thing. I think he deserves a chance. And then there is this boy again from Amazulu, Bargimo Remi. I think he was supposed to be there also because kidi youngsters. Chance that chance but no grow groomer from here.
I got check because I'm not following the squad Hugo Bruce because he's not doing us a favors as much South Africa. Because the pattern is not popular. I don't like that pattern. Ha change pattern and then itawasha squad sale slowly.
Ruben, there we are. We are hearing from the fans this time around. How did Sundowns become South African national team? Some people need an explanation to that, Ruben.
Lawrence, when a team is performing better, there's no way you can leave out the players from that club. And Sundowns somehow has represented South Africa for some good years now. Remember, they also won the CAF Champions League and also the Super Cup that was newly introduced, won by Sundowns. I remember this happened to Wada Wada in Zambia. The time was in charge of the national team somewhere in 2014, 2015. By then, Zesco United was the one which was dominating in the Zambian Super League. He got almost three-quarters of the players from the Zesco Football Club, and everyone, especially the fans, started complaining and say, "How come he's getting Zesco? Zesco has become the national team." And surprise, surprise, there was a friendly that was organized, the rest versus the national team, and it was given to the fans to choose the players. Of course, they chose Wadawada to be the coach, and again, three-quarters of the players that the fans chose came from Zesco United. So these things happen, Lawrence, and I'm not surprised with the what Hugo Bruce did by getting a lot of players from. But the only thing, it only backfires when the players don't perform at the national team.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's where I also worry, because when you make a selection and a large section of the country is not behind you, it means that a large section of the country is actually waiting for you to fail so that they can come and say, "We said it, we told you," and things like that. Anyway, let's cruise, Ruben. Let's hear from some other set of fans. Let's go to our next set of fans, and then we meet on the other side. We cruise for the sake of time.
Rappelez vous de Yaya Touré. Là aujourd'hui là c'est chez nous. Atito jouer ballon. Franck jouer ballon. Sébastien jouer ballon. Adèle jouer ballon. On vient faire Magradel. Tout est petit frère concitoyen. Magradel on continue.
All right, those are some fans that we managed to find from the Ivory Coast composing a song, and very confident that the trophy. Apologies for that break. I'm saying those are some of the fans that we have from the Ivory Coast who seem confident that the trophy is remaining in Ivory Coast, Ruben.
Yeah, Lawrence, even when I ask you where is the trophy going, you also say Zambia. So fans are always we are all royal or patriotic to our nations. We want our nations to win it. Even the teams that you think they're just participants at the national team, but when you ask their fans, they'll tell you we're winning this one. So that's what the game is all about. It gives you hope. It gives you that celebration. Gives you belief, even when your national team is not doing very fine. And even if you qualified by fluke, Lawrence, they just disqualify the team and they tell your team, national team, you come and participate. You go there with confidence, Lawrence. That's why I'm sure you saw the headlines that was saying Pastor Makembo saying fans are ready actually to go with a bus to Ivory Coast.
All the best on that one, Ruben. We wish the traveling party all the best with that particular endeavor, and we will be happy to see them in the stadium come Wednesday. And it's what we need. Go Polo Polo go.
Yeah, talking about the fans, Lawrence, there's almost all the nations have got that popular fan that is always ready and is always there for the national team. I know in Zambia we've got Pastor Peter Makembo. There's that famous one in South Africa who is always wearing something on the head and is with a regarded for South African flag. Is always present. Yeah, yeah. So each nation has got those famous one. And when you talk about the supporters, West Africa I think has got the best, and also watch out for Congo when Zambia will be playing, because most of the fans for TP Mazembe, when TP Mazembe is playing, they play rumba in the stadium. I'm sure Congo has carried those and they'll be playing rumba. And our players, if they're not careful, Florence, they'll be watching the the rumba dance going on. Meanwhile, Congo is playing the game.
We hear that the Karik and the Bongo man into the stadium and to help cheer the team with a whole live band performing right in the crowd. That's Africa Cup of Nations for you. Everything happens, everything goes. For the sake of time, let's slide on to the next item and next set of fans, and then we see what they have to say about their own national team. Let's see what comes next.
Not too surprised. Let me tell you something. I started watching Cup of Nations from the year 2000. In 2000, Ghana and Nigeria hosted it. Quarterfinals we were knockouts. 2002, we were in, I think we were in Mali. We were knockout. In 2004, we couldn't qualify. 2006, we were in Egypt. We couldn't even make it out of group stages. In 2008, we were in Ghana. We were third. In 2010, Angola finals, we couldn't take it. I think in 2012, we were knocked out by Zambia. In 2013, we were in South Africa, we couldn't do anything. In 2015, we went to the final, beaten by La Côte d'Ivoire on penalties. And of course, in 2017, Equatorial Guinea, we couldn't do anything. 2019, nothing. 2021, we couldn't even make it out of the group stages. And we are here. So I am not expecting anything big from our team. We can only pray and hope that the players will do it. Let me tell you, about 5, 6, 7 years ago, Ghana, we could mention players like John Pentel. You can talk about John Mensah. We talk about Issa Ahmed, talk about Shirley Yesu, Michael Essien, Sonapia, Suleiman Muteli. Like he's a big player. What are we seeing? Kudus Mohamed is our star player, but he prefers to play for West Ham. Ghana. He came there 3 days ago, and what pains me is that when he was coming, he came with staff of West Ham United. Oh, really? For what reason? Look at his on the bench. So our team, I am supporting them because I am a Ghanaian. We are not expecting anything. If we are able to make it, hallelujah. But
Ruben, I am supporting because I'm Ghanaian. If we are able to make it, hallelujah.
Correct.
But he has given us a background starting from 2000, Ruben, of how the team has been performing, and he emphasizes that he doesn't expect anything from his national side.
Yeah, all the nations go through this period where things just don't go your way. We saw it with our nation, Zambia. Things were not going in our way. We have to wait. It's also some just you have to go through what to. Many people in Zambia will be calling rebranding. We saw this with Egypt. Egypt, after winning the AFCON 3 times, failed to qualify for the next 2 editions or so. We saw this also with Nigeria after winning the AFCON 2013, also failed to qualify to the national team. So these things happen, Lawrence. Remember how we would fear the likes of Tunisia. When you're facing Tunisia, it was some big names, but now they're also in some more like rebranding. Tunisia is not a North African team that most people fear nowadays. So that happens. Algeria also was like that at some point until now that the likes of Riyad Mahrez have come on board and the likes of Slimani are now on board. That's how now we are able to talk about Algeria. So there's always that time when the national team is not performing. It's now time for Ghana. Of course, no one expected them to win this match. Looking at how they qualified, they're winning games by go to nil and all that. We'll wait and see the next game, because it's going to be a big and a huge match for Ghana. They'll be playing Egypt in the match day 2.
Ruben, let's wind up, but I would ask you to point out to everybody watching us on Ubuntu channel what exactly Ubuntu channel has lined up to give the viewers out there updates to do with the Africa Cup of Nations news, whatever is happening there, the build-ups, the talk shows that we have lined up as Ubuntu channel, especially to do with the Africa Cup of Nations, with a bit of bias to Zambia and the COSAFA nations.
All right, so for Zambia, starting this Wednesday, we'll be doing the match build up, an open match build up, Lawrence, where viewers will be free to talk about Zambia, the way they analyze, the way they see it, just before the game. So we'll have at least an hour just to talk about the game before Zambia come in, and also our usual Fridays, Ubuntu Sports. We'll open it up for now. The only thing that we'll be talking about on Ubuntu Sports is the Africa Cup of Nations, of what is happening, the latest big stories and all that. And also, you can visit our not just our Facebook page, but you can also visit our website, ubuntuchannel.org, just to get the stories of what is happening in the Africa Cup of Nations, any latest development, whatever news that will be happening there. Ubuntu is going to give you the latest developments, whichever nation, whether Zambia, whether South Africa, whether Ivory Coast, as long as it's news that you need to know, we'll bring it up, Lawrence.
Awesome stuff. Also, be sure to catch Lance and Chaza tomorrow as they bring you the program dubbed Meet Your Leaders, where you get to interact and meet several key players in various sectors of the governance. And also, remember, on Thursday, we have the usual Pansaka. For the Meet Your Leaders actually is on Wednesday, and tomorrow we will be live at 20 hours with Let's Talk Politics right here on Ubuntu channel. This has been Ubuntu Lifestyle with me, Lawrence, joined by Ruben. Thank you so much, Ruben, for being with us. And on behalf of myself, Ruben, and also Mr. Nkunika, who is on the controls, we say good night and enjoy the Africa Cup of Nations. Enjoy the games. See you next time.
Bye-bye.